from your life river bank, and then, only then, will the water begin to part. Entering into the promised land was not an option. To join up with those who were on the other side, God said he would drive them out. Joshua said in Joshua 3:10, and Joshua said, by this you shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will without fail drive out before you the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Hivitites, the Perizzites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites and Jebusites. God wanted them to know that it was him that delivered them from Egypt, and declared that he would give them the land that he had promised to them. Dr. King had a dream that he delivered, but America did not interpret the dream of the dreamer in the way that the dreamer saw the dream. The dream for the black race was a dream of hope, and for the white race it was a call for justice. To be justice for everyone regardless of his or her skin color. When Dr. King declared to the masses of people who came from all walks of life to Washington in 1963, to hear him say that I have a dream, is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. He did not say that it was deeply rooted in the black race, but rooted in the American dream. What moved the people on that day was that the average black man had stopped dreaming of a better tomorrow and began to accept the demise of his today. Dr. King knew that in order to lift the black race from where they were, he offered them this hope in the form of a dream. Why a dream, Gillespie? Because it was the only thing that helped the Africans to survive the harsh treatment of slavery, was when they could dream about Africa. But though one might share his or her dream to a nation depressed people, there's no guarantee that they will understand the fullness of the dream. When Dr. King declared these words in his speech on that day, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the contents of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with his vicious racists, with his governor hating, his lips dripping with the words of interposition and notification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls would be able to join their hands with little white boys and white girls and sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. My brothers and sisters, that dream came true. A woman by the name of Annie Nixon Cooper, 106 years old, lived in Atlanta, Georgia. She saw back in the day going through slavery, when she saw that black people were not able to just drink at any water fountain. Annie Dixon Cooper realized back in the days when people wanted to read, and now our young people are knocking down the doors of ignorance. Annie Nixon Cooper, born a generation past slavery, could not vote because she was a woman and because of the color of her skin. But yet this black woman, Annie Nixon Cooper, had a word that she said when it looked like all odds was against her. Her words came out in the famous speech of our President Obama that said, yes, we can. These were the words that motivated the black race to push for the laws to honor the 14th Amendment, which said that the standard of equality is that of incorporation, and this applies to the state as well as the federal government. There was no stoned place in the early 1800s for the black race. My brothers and sisters, I need to tell you today with Sister Cooper, yes, we can. Memphis public school system has come a long way in the past 2 centuries. Not so concerned about James R. Winchester and John Covington, those who said was the founder of Memphis, and Andrew Jackson. But what began as a school held in people's homes has now turned into the 21st largest school system in the nation, the second largest employer in the city of Memphis. But because of people like Ann Nixon Cooper, who said, yes, we can, they were able to understand that things might have been against us, but they felt that we was able to overcome and accomplish. Memphis City School operates on a $773.6 million budget for 191 schools, 16,000 employees, 119 students. From 1826, the year the Memphis school system was chartered, until 1848, all Memphis schools were privately offered by well-to-do citizens. The first recorded school in Memphis was taught by a man named Underwood from Alabama in 1826. 2 of our oldest schools that still exist today, built in 1902, Cummins Elementary was built for our white brothers. Klondike Elementary was built for the blacks. My brothers and sisters, the best known of early Memphis educators is Eugene McInerney, who opened a school in Memphis in 1833 with the teaching experience he brought here from Ireland and Pennsylvania. Education was scarce for the lower to middle class white children and non-existent for the black children. That changed, however, with the opening of the first free school in 1848, named Third and Overton for its location. Petty offers reference to as the father of the free school. He opened the first free school, quickly followed by a second in Maine and Overton. They was charging $2 tuition for students to attend school. My brothers and sisters, the creation of these tax rates allowed children who formerly could not afford school tuitions to receive a public education. But it would still be another 20 years before public education was extended to the black citizens. But it happened because of people like Ann Nixon Cooper, who said, yes, we can. The Brown versus the Board of Education was not the first case that was brought against the Board of Education. Through a span of nearly 70 years, from 1881 to 1949, the African American parents in Kansas had initiated 11 court challenges to segregate